Welcome to Shadow Watch, where the shadows tell tales too dark to ignore. Imagine this, an old Ohio farmhouse, its brick walls weathered, silent, until they're not. Voices seep through the mortar, faint, frantic, begging you to listen. That's the Whispering Walls, a place locals swear is alive. Tonight, I'm digging into a true story. A family moved in during 1978, heard her voice, and never left the same. What's trapped in those bricks? Stick with me. This one's gonna crawl under your skin and stay there, whispering all the way. Lydia Harper was a single mom, 34, with 2 kids and a knack for fixing things. She'd moved her family to rural Ohio in 78, chasing a fresh start after a messy divorce. The farmhouse sat on a forgotten patch near Chillicothe, its red brick walls stained by time. Locals called it the Whispering Walls, claiming voices leaked from the bricks, old, restless, angry. Lydia found the place cheap, a steal, and ignored the realtor's nervous glances. Just old stories, she laughed, unloading boxes with her son, Ben, 12, and daughter, Ellie, 8. The first night was quiet, too quiet, the kind that presses on your ears. By morning, Ben swore he heard humming from the kitchen wall, low, like a lullaby. Lydia brushed it off. Houses creak, kiddo, but her tools rattled on the counter, untouched. Ellie giggled. Maybe it's a ghost friend. Lydia rolled her eyes, chalking it up to imagination. Days passed, and the hum grew, not loud, but constant, seeping into every room. Lydia tapped the bricks, frowning. Pipes, maybe? She tore into the wall with a crowbar, expecting rust or rot. Nothing, just solid brick, cold to the touch, and a faint vibration under her fingers. That night, Ellie woke screaming. She's talking, Mommy. She's mad. Lydia rushed in, found her staring at the bedroom wall, wide-eyed. Who's talking? She asked, voice tight. Ellie pointed, trembling. Her. In there. Lydia pressed her ear to the brick, humoring her, then froze. A voice, soft, muffled, slipped through, help me. Her heart skipped. She yanked back, staring at the wall. Just the wind, she muttered, but her hands shook. Next morning, Ben traced scratches on the living room bricks, thin, jagged, like nails clawing out. Mom, this wasn't here yesterday, he said, pale. Lydia grabbed a flashlight, scanned the wall. The scratches moved, higher now, deeper. She called a neighbor, Old Man Carter, who shuffled over, squinting at the marks. Been like this since the 40s, he rasped. Ever since she went missing. Lydia frowned. Who? Carter's eyes darkened. Girl named Mary. Lived here. Vanished one night. Folks said she never left. Lydia laughed, shaky. Ghosts don't scratch walls. Carter shrugged. Ain't the walls doing it? That night, the hum turned to whispers, not one voice, but 2. Overlapping, pleading, let me out. Lydia couldn't sleep. The sound burrowed into her skull. She sat up, 3 a.m., staring at the kitchen wall. The whispers sharpened. They took me. Clear as a bell. Female. Desperate. She grabbed a hammer, smashed the brick, dust flying, kids waking, yelling, Mom, stop. A crack split the wall, and the whispers stopped. Silence. Dead. Heavy. She peered in. No pipes. No wires. Just darkness. And a faint smell. Sour, like damp earth. Ben crept closer. What's that? Lydia's light caught something. A glint. Small, metal. She reached in, pulled out a locket, old, rusted, engraved MH. Her stomach dropped. Carter's words echoed. Mary. The whispers flared back, louder. You found me. Ellie screamed. Ben stumbled back, and Lydia dropped the locket, heart pounding. The wall trembled, dust falling, a low groan rising from the bricks. She wasn't alone in that house. Never had been. Something wanted out, and she'd just opened the door. What's next will chill you to the bone. Stay tuned. Lydia stood frozen, the locket glinting on the floor, its MH staring back like an accusation. The silence after the whispers felt wrong, thick, alive. Ben whispered, Mom, what's happening? Before she could answer, the kitchen wall groaned, low, guttural, like something stretching awake. Ellie clutched her arm. She's mad now. Lydia snapped. Enough, it's just a house. But the groan deepened, bricks shifting, dust trickling down. She grabbed the kids, backed away, heart hammering as the crack she'd made widened, slow, deliberate, like a mouth opening. That night, sleep was impossible. The whispers returned, sharper, angrier. You shouldn't have touched it. Lydia bolted upright. 3 a.m. again. The voice echoing from every wall now, not just one. Ben stumbled in. It's in my room too. Ellie sobbed. She's saying my name. Lydia grabbed a flashlight, scanned the house. Scratches multiplied, clawing up the bricks, some spelling MERY in jagged lines. This isn't real, she muttered, but her voice shook. The locket sat where she'd dropped it, pulsing faintly, like a heartbeat. Morning brought no relief. The walls hummed constantly, a chorus of murmurs. Let me out, let me out. Overlapping, relentless. Lydia called Carter again, voice cracking. What happened to Mary? He sighed. Folks said she fought with her pa, went missing that winter. Some reckon he bricked her up alive. Her stomach lurched, in the walls. Carter nodded. Never found her. House been whispering ever since. Lydia hung up, staring at the bricks, imagining a girl trapped, pounding, screaming. She couldn't ignore it now. Lydia grabbed a sledgehammer. We're getting answers. She swung at the kitchen wall, bricks crumbling, dust choking the air. Ben yelled, Mom, stop. But she kept going, revealing a hollow space, dark, narrow, stinking of rot. Her light caught something. Bones, small, human, curled in a corner. Ellie screamed. Ben gagged, and Lydia dropped the hammer. Oh God. The whispers exploded. You see me now. Loud, triumphant, shaking the house. The locket flew across the room, slamming into the wall, cracking more bricks. Shadows flickered in the hollow, vague, shifting, like a figure forming. Lydia grabbed the kids. Out now. They ran, but the front door wouldn't budge, locked, jammed, though the key turned. The whispers turned to laughter, high, cruel. You can't leave me again. Windows rattled, glass fogging fast, handprints smearing from the inside. Small, frantic, too many. Ben pounded the door. It stuck. Lydia kicked it, desperation rising. When the lights flickered, died. Darkness swallowed them, the hum swelling into a scream. Mine. She swung the flashlight, catching a shape in the hollow. Pale, eyeless, smiling, bricks framing it like a tomb. Mary, she croaked, voice breaking. The shape tilted its head. You woke me. They huddled in the living room, walls closing in, whispers circling. Stay, stay, stay. Lydia clutched the kids. We're not yours. But the air grew heavy, cold, pressing them down. The locket glowed faintly, rolling toward them, stopping at her feet. She grabbed it, threw it into the hollow. Take it and go. The laughter stopped, silence crashing in, but the walls pulsed, alive, angry. Carter's words haunted her, bricked up alive. Had she freed Mary, or something worse? Daylight barely pierced the fog outside, but inside, the house felt sealed, timeless. The kids clung to her, trembling, as the whispers softened, pleading, Don't leave me alone. Lydia's resolve cracked. Was this a ghost, or a trap? The bones, the locket, the voice. It was real, too real, and it wasn't letting go. She'd torn open a grave, and now it wanted company. What's coming next will make your blood run cold. Don't look away. Lydia gripped the flashlight tight as the walls pulsed around them. The air turned icy, heavy with that sour rot smell from the hollow. Ben whispered, Mom, we're trapped, and Ellie whimpered, She's everywhere. Lydia scanned the room. Shadows stretched longer than they should, twisting into shapes against the bricks. The locket lay still now, but its glow pulsed faintly, mocking her. She yelled, We're leaving, and charged the door again. It wouldn't budge. The whispers flared back sharper, You can't. She grabbed the sledgehammer from the kitchen floor. Stand back, she ordered the kids. With a grunt, she swung hard at the door. Wood splintered but held firm. The walls groaned louder, a deep, angry rumble shaking the house. Bricks cracked above them, dust raining down. Ellie screamed, Look! A shape emerged from the hollow, pale, eyeless, a girl in a tattered dress smiling wide. Lydia froze. Mary! The figure drifted closer, whispering, You woke me up. The kids clung to her as the shape loomed larger. Stay away, Lydia shouted, swinging the hammer at it. The tool passed through, slamming the wall instead. More bricks fell, revealing more bones. Ribs, a skull, tumbling into the room. The whispers turned to laughter, high and cold. "You see me now," it said, echoing from every corner. The door rattled violently, then flew open, slamming against the frame. Lydia grabbed Ben and Ellie. "Run!" They stumbled outside into thick fog, the house looming behind them. The whispers followed softer now. "Don't leave me." Lydia glanced back. The girls stood in the doorway, eyeless sockets locked on them. Shadows moved behind her, more figures, vague, reaching out. Ben gasped, "They're coming." The ground trembled as the house seemed to breathe, bricks shifting like lungs. Lydia pushed the kids toward the car parked 50 yards away. Keys jangled in her pocket, but her hands shook too hard to grip them. The fog thickened, voices swirling, "Stay with us." She fumbled the lock open and shoved Ben and Ellie inside. The engine sputtered, then roared alive. Headlights cut through the mist, revealing the girl, closer now, standing 10 feet away. "You're mine," she hissed as other shapes flanked her. Lydia floored it, tires spinning on wet grass. The car lurched forward, but something thudded against the back. Ellie shrieked, "She's on it." Lydia checked the rearview mirror. Nothing, just fog, but the whispers filled the car. "You can't run." The radio crackled on, spitting static, then her voice clear as day. "I'm still here." Ben pounded the dash. "Turn it off." Lydia yanked the knob. It wouldn't budge. The whispers laughed, "Always here." They hit the highway, house fading in the distance, but the air stayed cold. Lydia's knuckles whitened on the wheel. "We're safe," she lied, glancing at the kids. Ellie pointed at the window. Handprints smeared the glass, small, wet, from the outside. Ben's voice broke, "She's not gone." The locket clinked in her pocket. She hadn't picked it up. Her stomach dropped. "How?" The car jolted hard, like something grabbed it, then let go. A mile later, they stopped at a gas station, trembling, silent. The clerk eyed them. "You from that old farm?" Lydia nodded slow. He grunted, "Folks don't last there. She don't like being left." Lydia looked back at the road. The fog rolled closer, whispers faint but growing. "Come back." She'd escaped, or so she thought. The walls weren't done with her yet, and neither was Mary. "This gets darker. Hold on tight." Lydia sped away from the gas station, fog chasing the car like a living thing. The locket burned in her pocket, its weight impossible to ignore. Ben stared out the window. "She's still there," he whispered as handprints faded from the glass. Ellie hugged her knees. "Why us?" Lydia gripped the wheel tight. "We're done with her." But the whispers crept back, soft and slow. "You're not." The radio hissed alive again. "Come home," it purred in Mary's voice. Lydia slammed it off, but the sound lingered in her skull. They crashed at a motel 30 miles out, doors locked, curtains drawn. The kids slept fitful, twitching at every creak. Lydia sat up, clutching the locket, staring at its rusted image. She muttered, "You're staying here," and tossed it in the trash. Silence held for a moment, then the walls hummed. Faint, familiar, angry. She bolted upright. The hum grew louder. "You can't throw me away." Ellie woke, screaming, "She's back." Ben pointed at the wall. Scratches carved fresh into the plaster, spelling "mine." Lydia grabbed the kids and ran to the car. The locket sat on the driver's seat waiting. Her breath caught. "No way." She flung it out the window and peeled off, tires screeching. The motel faded, but the whispers followed, "Always with you." Days later, they moved to a new town, a small apartment, no bricks in sight. Lydia thought it was over. The kids stopped talking about it, eyes hollow, quiet. She burned the locket in a fire pit, watching it melt into ash. "Gone," she sighed. Weeks passed calm until Ben came home pale. "Mom, I heard her." Lydia frowned. "Where?" He pointed at the drywall. "In there." She pressed her ear to it. Nothing at first, then a whisper, "Found you." The wall pulsed warm under her hand. Ellie ran. "In my room too." Scratches appeared, slow and deliberate, across the plaster. "Why?" Lydia's heart sank. It wasn't the house. It was them. She called Carter, desperate. "It's following us." His voice cracked. "You took something of hers." "She don't let go." Lydia stammered. "The locket's gone." Carter laughed grim. "Ain't about that now. You're hers." That night the apartment shook, walls groaning loud. Shadows stretched across every surface. Mary's shape, eyeless, smiling, flanked by others. "We're family," she hissed as the kids screamed. Lydia swung a lamp at the wall. It cracked, but the whispers laughed. Too late. A neighbor found the apartment empty next day, doors wide open, car still parked. Scratches covered every wall, spelling "mine" over and over. The fire pit held no ash, just the locket, whole, gleaming. Locals whispered about the farmhouse, how it sat quiet, now waiting for new tenants. A hiker snapped a photo last month, blurry but clear enough. Lydia, Ben, Ellie standing in the field by the house, pale, eyeless, smiling. Uploaded it shaking, they're still there. The twist hit hard. Mary didn't haunt the walls, she haunted them. Every soul she claimed joined her, a growing chorus trapped forever. The farmhouse stands empty, tempting the curious. Locals hear whispers, some nights faint and layered, calling out. She's patient, picking her next family, and maybe it's you wondering if you'd move in. So what's your take? That's the real terror of the whispering walls, a curse that follows. Comment below. Ever heard a wall talk? Like if this spooked you, or dislike if you'd sleep fine. No hard feelings. Subscribe for more shadows that cling. Share this if you dare, and stick around. Next tale's creeping up unless you're too scared to watch. Who's running from a ghost story tonight?